Okay, this is a new video on my podcast, audio movie podcast. I'm restarting it. I'm doing it again. Anyways, yeah. So what I do is I watch a movie and I describe what's happening while I'm watching it onto the podcast. Okay, I missed some stuff because I'm describing one section and another section's playing and I can't catch up. So sometimes I mess up. I don't give the title of the movie. The star of the movie is Cumberbatch, Benedict Cumberbatch, and I can't remember the girl's name, the woman's name. I like her. I can never remember her name. Can never remember her name. Okay, well, let's start this up anyways. Uh-oh. Elevation Pictures. Okay, this is working now. I'm listening to it on headphones so that the recorder doesn't pick up the audio. Black Bear Pictures. Okay. Bloom Bloom. There's another production company. It is Film Nation. Film Nation Entertainment. It's set in the old times. During World War II, I think it is. Oh, Weinstein. The Weinstein Company. Okay, Morse code. Based on a true story. 1951. Manchester, England. Oh, Cumberbatch is in a somber mood. He's in a jailhouse by a chair, a desk and a table. Behind bars. Interrogation room. A guy comes in. He has a folder, puts it down. Are you paying attention? Well, now they're showing this room with a bunch of sketches on the walls on paper. There's a bunch of stuff. There's moths and stuff all like categorized in frames. There's a mess. Stuff's broken on the table. There's pine cones. There's like scientific stuff sitting around on the table. Stuff, and it's not very clean. There's a lot of transistors and diodes and stuff. The wall is full of papers with images and writing. The guy picks up the phone. The phone was on the floor, on the ground. And there's the switchboard on the Special Intelligence Service, M16 headquarters. There's a woman going up these stairs with a piece of paper. Oh, I can barely hear it. If you cannot commit to this, then please leave the room. Somebody's talking. Come in. If you choose to stay, remember you choose to be here. I'm not hearing it very well. From this moment forward, I'm not your responsibility. It's yours. Alan Turing has been robbed. Pay attention. I'm hearing the audio, the sounds, but the words are not sounding very good. Now there's a detective coming to a house. I know he's a detective because I've seen the movie. Alan Turing, professor at King's. Seems there's been a burglary. Oh, of what? It's just this. Nothing's missing. What's he doing in Manchester? Something with machines. I can barely hear the audio of the... Professor Turing. Detective Knock, Manchester Police. And Turing's on the floor Sergeant Steele here tells me you're burglary last night, and he's sweeping up some stuff. Professor Turing, take a step back and don't breathe heavily. Breathe? Undiluted cyanide. It could just a thimbleful will kill you. Has disappointing. Pardon? I'd hoped to be a bit more. Do you have the sense that we're being insulted? There's a break-in last night. Your neighbor, Mr. Springborn. There's quite a ruckus. Nothing was taken. It's odd. Can you tell us what happened? Gentlemen, I don't believe that you could find the chap that did this and he walked you up and he slapped you in the face. What I could use for a night now is a bobby, not a really good cleaning lady. An apron. Holy crap, I can't keep up. Follow your reports and leave me alone. As you asked, say, Mr. Professor Turing. Turning? Best of luck with your cyanide, he says. I'll give you a quid if you... More insufferable man. He's insufferable. What do you mean? He doesn't want a pair of boggies. I can't keep up with the talk. Don't you think this is suspicious? I don't think it's suspicious. A mysterious professor. He's been robbed with nothing stolen from his house. I think Alan Turing is hiding something. That's what the detectives are saying. I can barely hear it gives the title of the name of the movie, but I'm not giving it. War declared. 800,000 children evacuated. German bombs on their way. Fresh off the press. 1939 London. 1939 London. And they're at a train station. Benedict Cumberbatch. And what's the woman's name? I can never remember her name. Keira Knightley. I love her. I think she's the best. I love Keira Knightley. Then there's a bunch of other people. Everybody's getting on trains to get out of England. London, England. Oh. There's footage of planes. Black and white footage of planes. Whole squadron. People are leaving. The children and wives are leaving the city. There's no such thing as undertaking of this achievement, that the consequences, this country is at war with Germany. Children playing. Cumberbatch is on the bus with a bunch of kids. He looks at he sees a kid, and all the other kids are playing, and he's working on, this one kid's working on like a solving a problem in a paper, on a piece of paper. Now there's old footage of warships. We are here. We are at war to find a peaceful way out. Turing is going to this, papers please. He's going to this gate. And he shows his paper to the gate. Huge gate. And he nods, opens the gate for him. Based on a book. Based on reality, though. Radio manufacturing. So there's this really huge house. It's like a building. Okay, Turing's sitting there in an office. And this old man comes in. He has stripes. He's a official. What are you doing here? Oh, the lady told me to wait. In my office? She told me to help yourself do your tea too while you're here? No, she didn't. She obviously didn't tell you what a joke was either. Was she supposed to? Who are you? Alan Turing. Oh, Turing, the mathematician. Correct. Whatever could I have guessed? You just read it on the piece of paper. King's College, Cambridge. It says here, you're a bit of a prodigy in the math department. I can evaluate that. I can't evaluate that. How old are you yet? 27. How old when you became a fellow? 24. How old when you publish this paper that has a little, I can barely understand? 23. And that doesn't qualify as a prodigy? Newton discovered at 22, something at 22. He wrote 4 papers. Einstein, but by 26. So far, I can tell. I barely made par. My God, you're serious. What was I making a joke? No. Commander Dennison. Oh, Dennison, why do you wish to work for the Majesty's government? I don't really. Are you bleeding pacifist? Agnostic about violence. You do realize that 600 miles away from London, there's this nasty chap named Hitler engulfed Europe in a war. It's not my area of expertise. Well, you just set the record for the shortest interview in British military history. Mother says I could be off-putting. But the best mathematician in the world. In the world, yes. How many people have rejected you from this project? Well, that's right. It's top secret program, so. I'll tell you, just because, only last week, I rejected one of the greatest nation's top linguists. Known German better than, I don't speak German. What? I don't speak German. I can't keep up. Then how the hell are you supposed to decipher German communications if you don't know, speak German? I'm quite excellent at crossword puzzles. Margaret, German codes are puzzles. A game, just like any other game. Margaret, what are you? Puzzles, I'm good at puzzles. This is the most difficult puzzle in the world. Margaret! For the love of God. This is a joke, obviously. I'm afraid I don't know what those are. Commander Dennison. A pleasant trip back to Cambridge, Professor. Enigma. You called for me? Margaret. Close the door. He waves the secretary off. That's what we were doing here. Top secret program at Bletchley. You're trying to break the German Enigma machine. What makes you think that? It's the greatest encryption device in history, and the Germans use it for all major communications. If the Allies broke Enigma, well, the world would turn the very short war. Of course, that's what you're working on. You haven't got anywhere near. If you had, you would be hiring cryptologists out of university. You need me a lot more than I need you. I like solving problems, Commander. And Enigma is the most difficult problem in the world. Enigma isn't difficult, it's impossible. The Americans, the Russians, the French, the Germans, everyone thinks Enigma is unbreakable. Good. Let me try and we'll know for sure. Won't we? Now they show Enigma. Welcome to Enigma. It's like a typewriter machine. The details of every surprise attack, every secret convoy, every U-boat in the bloody Atlantic go into that thing. And comes out gibberish. And out comes gibberish. It's beautiful. That's Turing saying. It's the crooked hand of death itself. Our rains intercept thousands of radio messages a day. And the lovely young lady, the Royal Navy, feed them back into the Enigma, and they make any sense. Polish intelligence smuggled it out of Berlin, just been intercepted back into the Enigma. It's not that simple. Putting the message, you have to have the Enigma machine. You have to decode the message. Very good, Mr. Turing. To decode a message, you need to know the message settings. The machine setting. Now the Germans switch them every day promptly at midnight. We usually intercept the first message around 6 a.m., which gives you exactly 18 hours every day to crack the code. And before it changes, you start again. 5 rotors, 10 plug board cables, 1 million. I've got it. It's millions. It's in millions. It's 150 million possible settings. Very good. 159. If you want to be exactly 159 with 18 zeros possibilities every single day. Gentlemen, meet Hugh Alexander. I personally selected him to run this unit. Didn't you, Mr. He won British National Chess Championship twice. You're not the only one who's good at games, Turing. Are we to work together? I prefer to have my own office, Turing says. You're a team. You will work together. I don't have the time to explain myself as I go along. I'm afraid these men are only slowing me down. If you can't play together, then I'm afraid we can't let you play at all. This is Stuart Menzies. There's only 5 divisions of the military. There's MI6. That's the spirit. Mr. Turing, you don't know. Have died from, I don't know, 3 people while we were having this conversation. Oh, look, there's another. I rather hope that we don't have a family. This war, Commander Dennison is going to on about. We're not winning it. Break the code. At least we have a chance. He's talking this MI6 guy. Should we leave the children alone with their new toy? They walk out of the room. That guy, MI6 guy, leaves. All right, gentlemen. Let's play. That's the head guy. Okay, now they're showing a plane. The game is quite simple. Every single German message, every single surprise attack, every bombing run, every imminent U-boat assault, Morse code, there's Morse code, blah, 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 blah. They're all floating through the air. Morse code. They're showing like underwater shots of, and then some military boats, radio signals that with any schoolboy with an AM kit could intercept. And then it shows this woman intercepting these. The trick is that they're all encrypted. So it shows a girl passing a piece of paper with encrypted code on it to a guy. And he has a whole bunch of papers. And he's walking around. 159 million possible. Enigma settings. We all have to do that. Try each one. We can't try each one. You have to try. Now she has a briefcase. 10 men checking one setting a minute for 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, every week. How many days do you think it would take to check each of the settings? The girl is walking. It takes not days. It's years. The woman goes in. It's taken 20 million years to decode it. To stop a coming attack, we'd have to check 20 million years worth of settings. 20 million years worth in 20 minutes. Now they're showing some guys smoking in the rain. These army guys. There's a freighter, a huge ship, attack ship. What do you call that? Battleship. Oh, sonar. There's underwater submarines. Shots of underwater submarines. Oh, they just shot out some turbo. Oh, they're tipped. I'm famished. They're in the main working area. It's about women's with little hats. This guy. They're checking the setting. This is their office, basically. And Turing is in the little small office. We're going to have to get some lunch. And he's working on a piece of paper, Turing. Alan? Yes? I said we're going to get some lunch. And he doesn't answer. Alan? Yes? Can you hear me? Yes. I said we're getting some lunch. This is starting to get a little bit repetitive. What is? I wanted to ask if you wanted to come. No, you didn't. You were going to have some lunch. Have I offended you in some way? Why do you think that? Would you like to come to lunch with us? What time's lunchtime? It's a bleeding sandwich. What is lunch? I don't like sandwiches. Never mind. You know, to pull off this irresistible genius, you actually have to be a genius, Alan. Yeah, we're the one making progress. Oh, are you? Yes, we are. We have decrypted a number of German messages by analyzing the frequency of letter distribution. Even a broke clock is right twice a time. That's not progress. That's just blind luck. I'm designing a machine to allow us to break every message every day instantly. Who's hungry? Let's go. Oh, I'm hungry, Alan Turing says. What? Peter asks who was hungry. Could I have some soup, please? That's a weird interaction. They're all laughing at him. They all leave except for him. He's still working. He's working on a piece of paper. He's putting paper up on the wall. Now he's running on the side road. He has a electronic device with some wires, and he's working on it. And he's working on some papers. Now he's running harder. It's like a montage. Now there's more papers on the wall. These circles with like dots on them. He has more papers on the wall. He's making more diagrams. He's running. He's running harder. Even harder. There's more papers on the wall. Now he's running as hard as he can. Now he's looking at all the papers on the wall. There's like 30 pages of papers. And he sits back and looks at it. Now they're 1951 Manchester. This is back in 1951. What do you mean classified? Literally, I know the meaning of the word classified. I was asking about the math professor. His military records classified? This is the detective. I'll come down. And now he's like frustrated. So Robert Nook, he's whiting out his name, somebody's name, and he's making up a fake document. Alan Turing. Now he's in an office here. Pardon me, I'd like to see the documents if I may. Server's records of Mr. Turing, Alan. And he has a paper, and foreign officer sent me. He looks at it. Oh, now we're back the old times, during the war. This is unacceptable. I wish to discuss the complaint. I suggest you make a proper appointment. Complaint? No, Hugh Alexander has denied my request for parts and the equipment that I need to build the machine. The fellow codebreakers are refusing to work with you. They filed a formal complaint. I'm making a code machine, an infinitely more advanced code machine. You're going to have to take up with the Home Office. They're all idiots. Fire them and use the savings to... I don't need 100,000 pounds. Fire all the other guys. 100,000 pounds. Why are you building a machine? It's highly technical. You wouldn't understand. I suggest you make an effort to try. Enigma is extremely well-designed machine. And our problem is we're only using men to try to beat it. What if only a machine can defeat another machine? Well, that's not very technical. Hugh Alexander is in charge of your unit. He said no, and that is that. So I don't have time for this. Have you ever won a war, Turing? I have. And you know how it's done? Order, discipline, chain of command. You're not a university any longer. A very small cog in a very large system. Do as your commanding officer instructs. This is the commander guy talking. Who is your commanding officer? He says to the commander. Winston Churchill, number 10 Downing Street, London SW1. If you have a problem with my decision, you can take it up with him. So then he thinks about it. Mr. Menzies, he's running after a car that's leaving. Are you going to London? Possibly. He's MI6 guy. Would you deliver a letter for me? It's for Churchill, basically. Look, I'm sorry. Are you joking? Churchill's put Alan in charge? This is a terrible idea. No. Can I give these orders with men now? I hate to say it, but yes. Excellent. Keith, Charles, you're both fired. Excuse me? What? You're mediocre linguists, positively poor code breakers. You can't just fire Keith and Charles. He just said I could. No, such a thing. But Churchill said so. So they're like, okay, fine. Go to hell, the guy says. The guy that got fired. Two of the guys leave. Well, the guy used to be in head. This is inhuman. Even for you. The other guys leave. They hate him. Popular in school, were you? Now they're going to go into a flashback. Now he's in private school. 1928. Sherborne School. What's with carrots? Carrots are orange. And peas are green. They mustn't touch. He's a young kid now. He's fixing his food. And another kid comes up to him, pours peas and carrots all over him. And everybody laughs. Oh, he's under the floorboards over the floor, and they're hammering the boards down. And you know why people like violence? It's because it feels good. He's struggling. The other older kids are playing a mean trick on him. Remove the satisfaction of violence, and the act becomes hollow. He stops struggling, and the kids are like, what? Turing, come on. Don't be such a kite about it. Leave him to bloody rot. I didn't learn this on my own, of course. Turing, I had help. Christopher helped. Oh, he pulls up the boards. Alan, are you all right? Pulls the boards. It's not my fault. The carrots got in with the peas, and I'm sorry. I won't let them do it again. They're getting worse. They only beat me up because I'm smarter than they are. They beat you up because you're different. Mother said I'm just an odd duck. And she's right. But you know, Dallin, sometimes it's the very people who no one imagines anything of who do the things no one can imagine. I love that line. So what do we do now? We're short on staff. Now we're back to the code breaking. We don't need more staff. How do you propose to do that? He puts up a wall. Oh, he's going to get more staff. There's a crossword puzzle on the wall. Okay. Now it's in the paper. Under 10 minutes. If you can solve it in under 10 minutes, call. So they're going to recruit new people. And there's it's like a montage now of this military guy solving the crossword puzzle. There's a guy smoking at a pub. He's trying to figure it out. There's bombing. People are running to the underground. There's shots of bombs being falling on London, England, I assume. People are trying to do the crossword puzzle in the underground shelter. They're in like a subway shelter. It's not even a shelter. It's just a underground subway section. A guy playing an accordion. Guy trying to do the crossword puzzle in the light with the lantern. Oh, the lights are going dim. The lights go out. Black. Now the streets are all bombed up. The buildings are broken up. And there's debris all over the roads. And Turing is riding his bike to go to work, I guess. And there's people cleaning up the streets. Young boys, military personnel. Turing is riding his bike, looking at the mess. Oh, boys and girls are learning how to wear gas masks. There's sandbags all in the building. It's like a huge building, a big building. And he's showing papers to the guard. Very good, sir, he says. Who are they? All sorts, really. Teachers, an engineer, a handful of students. And they're all qualified for, because they did a crossword. They say they're good, but now we'll see how good, won't we? In order to aid in the effort, the right of you, a green scratch card. You can make notes on that. Gentlemen, you have 6 minutes in which to complete the puzzle. At which point, this woman comes in. Excuse me, you're in the wrong room. I apologize for my tardiness. The bus got slow. May I continue, please? Turns. You're not allowed in here, but I'm only a few minutes late. The secretaries are upstairs. Rooms are for candidates. I am a candidate. What is your position? The letter didn't say precisely, so secretaries are upstairs. You did say it was top secret. What are you doing? I saw the crossword puzzle in the newspaper, and I got this letter just saying that I have been a candidate for some sort of mysterious job. My name is Joan Clark. Did you really solve the puzzle yourself? What make you think I couldn't solve a puzzle? I'm really, really good. I'd ask you, Miss Clark, I find tardiness under any circumstances unacceptable. Take a seat so we may continue. Thank you, she says. Thank you, softly. Now, as I was saying, you have 6 minutes to complete the task in front of you. And the gentleman and lady, begin. So they all start doing their work. She looks around and she's working on it. All the other people are working on this puzzle. I don't know what the puzzle is, but there's a little fade away shot, fade shot, then they're still working. Music's going. And they're up the front at Turing and the MI 6 minutes. Is it even possible? No, it takes me 8 minutes. It isn't about crossword puzzle. It's about how one approaches solving an impossible problem. Do you tackle the whole thing at once or divide it into small? And the woman puts up her hand. You finished? Yes. She goes up to the front with her paper. That's the problem. And he looks at it. 5 minutes and 34 seconds. You said to do it in under 6. Congratulations. My warmest welcome to His Majesty's service. There's 2 guys. You speak a word about what I show you. Execution for high treason. You will lie to your friends, your family, and everyone you meet. For what you're doing here, really doing. And what is it that we're really doing? We're going to break an unbreakable Nazi code and win the war. Oh, okay. So they're working on... Now it's back to the school. At the private school that Turing is a young kid. He's reading the books. What are you reading? With his friend. It's about cryptology. Like secret messages. Codes and ciphers. Not secret. That's the brilliant part. Messages that anyone can see, but no one knows what they mean. Unless they have the key. How is that different from talking? Talking? When people talk to each other, they never say what they mean. They say something else. And you're expected to just know what they mean. Only I never do. That's what Turing's saying. How's that different? Alan, I have a funny feeling you're going to be good. Very good at this. And Christopher hands Alan the book. And the book has, a bunch of stuff. Okay. Now they're walking. Good night, Alan. Good night. Okay, now people are putting. Now there's a big room that they're working in. Hold on. Come into the lesser settings. Back to those ones. They're working on a machine here. It's not a toy. Funny. Looks like a toy. Bloody great 100,000 pound one. New minions arrived. Jack Good. Where's Miss Clark? Miss Clark. Lovely, isn't he? It's not just a unusual humdrum production mill factory. He's at Keira Knightley's house, Miss Clark's, trying to convince her parents. Radio factories. This is particularly good. He's saying that she worked at a radio factory. Now they're talking. Miss Clark and Alan. Why are you not at Bletchley? Thank you so much for visiting, Mr. Turing. Get your things and let's go. I'm sorry I'm unable to accept your offer. I feel that such a position would hardly be appropriate. You earned a double first in mathematics. Sadly, I'm granted the opportunity to become a fellow. You belong at Bletchley. I'm sorry, but for someone in my position, to live, to work in a radio factory is so far from home. With all your men, it would be indecorous. What in the world does that mean? Even mean? They're talking. We have a group of young ladies who tend to all of our clerical tasks, assistants, translators. They live together in town. We would be more suitable environment. So I would be working amongst these women. Yes. Wonderful ladies. They even organize social events such as St. Martin's Church down the road at St. Martin's. The whole thing is quite decorous. She smiles. Okay, she's leaving. She has a... You have to improvise things. Thank you for... Why are you helping me? Because the only one thing that matters in the entire world right now, do you understand? Is the breaking the enigma. But Mr. Turing, why are you helping me? The woman says. Oh. Sometimes it's the very people who no one imagines anything of, who do the things that no one can imagine. And then he walks away. Oh, now we're back at the police station. And it's the detective. He's going to talk to a dude. Look, what's this? Alan Turing's classified military file. It's bloody empty. Exactly, he says. It's an empty manila envelope, yeah. You cracked the case wide open, haven't you? Turing's records are just classified. They're non-existent. That means someone's got rid of them, erased them, burned them. The same person who broke into the house and stole nothing? Guy Burgess and Donald McLean. What? The spies from the papers? The Soviet spies. They were professors, weren't they? They were professors. Oh, he thinks he's radicalized at Cambridge. Foreign officers leaked information to Stalin during the war. Now, do you think anyone else who came from Cambridge, something murky on the top secret when the war broke out? You're thinking Alan Turing is a Soviet agent? I think something very serious is happening right here under our noses. Wouldn't you like to find out what it is? He's thinking, okay, back at wartime, there's a bus. Oh, the women are getting off the bus. Oh, Miss Clark is now off the bus. And Turing is waiting for her. And he waves, and she smiles. Welcome, ladies. Would you like to follow me? Some people were at war with Germans. Incorrect. We are at war with the clock. Britain is literally starving to death. The Americans sent over 100,000 tons of food every week, and every week the Germans would send our desperate needed bread to the bottom of the ocean. And our daily failure to announce at the chimes of midnight was announced at the chime. Sounds like a haunt of unwelcome dreams. Tick tock, tick tock. Oh, alarm just went off. 12 o'clock midnight. Well, that's it. They throw down their papers. He, damn it! The guy yells, throws papers on the floor. What just happened? Midnight. Although we've done today is useless. Don't worry. We're in a few hours before tomorrow messages start flooding in, and we start all over again. From scratch. I'm so sick of this. 4 hours rewiring his plug board, 3 hours yesterday on his rotor positions. Don't go over there. Look, no, John, look, no. If the job wasn't more impossible, bloody hell, well, is now. Hugh's going over there. They're all going over to the barn where the machine is. The machine looks getting ready. Damn you and your useless machine. My machine is how we're going to win the war. Really. This machine. He throws a glass at it. What are you talking about, this bloody machine? Hugh, don't. You arrogant bastard. You could help us. You can make this go faster, but you won't. Get off me, he says. All the other guys are holding him back. Hugh back. He's right, Alan. There are actual soldiers out there trying to win an actual war. My brother protects food convoys in the Navy. My cousins fly RAF patrols. All my friends, they're all making a difference while we're just while away our days producing nothing. Because of you. Because of Turing. My machine will work. Come on, Peter. Gotta get out of here. They don't believe in his machine. Oh no, Turing. It's nighttime. Turing is grabbing a bunch of papers and he's putting it. He doesn't know where to put it. He puts it in his sock. He covers up with his leg, his pant. He takes a few more of their codes. He puts in his pants. And he hears voices talking. He gets some more codes. Puts it under his arm. Now he shows his bag at the guard. There's nothing in his bag. Okay, he's allowed to go past. It's nighttime. Now he's riding his bike. He's coming to Miss Clark's house. Miss Clark's bedroom. It's a commune thing. Like a, what do you call that? Where a bunch of women live in a one bedroom. Joan, her name's Joan. Miss Clark is all I can remember. Joan. Oh, he throws rocks at the window. And the window opens. The light turns on. No. He waves. And she waves. He climbs up the garbage thing. Up the side of the wall. Up. And he's up at the window. And he drags himself in. Could you make a bit more noise? I'm not sure the landlady woke up. Oh, look. I think that's the best I can do. No male visitors after dark. He pulls out the papers. What did you bring me? There you go. Here. Some men try flowers, you know. These are actual decrypted Enigma messages, direct from Nazi high command. 0600 hour. Weather today is clear. Rain in the evening. Hail Hitler. Well, clearly, that piece of information is going to win the war. It's a relationship to the decryption messages that interests me. We got to find a clue here that we can build on into Christopher. Who's Christopher? He's my machine. You named him. Is that a bad name? No. That was his best friend in grade school, in private school. They're looking at codes. Are you trying to build a universal machine? I read your paper at university. Is you already being taught? No, no. I was precocious. You theorized a machine that could solve any problem. You couldn't just do one thing. It did everything. It wasn't just programmable, but reprogrammable. Mm-hmm. Is that your idea behind Christopher? Human brain can only compute large numbers very quickly. Can. Even you can do that. But I want Chris to be smarter. To make a calculation and then do you determine what to do next? Like a person does. Think of it. Electronical brain. A digital computer. Digital computer. Oh, now it's daytime. And he's riding his bike. Okay. What's going on? What's going on? Oh, they're taking apart. No, no, no. His desk. That's my desk. And he's. I hate to think that we are searching the wrong one. What are we doing? What's going on? There is a spy in Bletchley Park. The Navy thinks that one of us is a Soviet double agent. Why? Our boys intercepted this on its way to Moscow. Look familiar? It's Bale's cipher, encrypted with the phrase from a book or a poem or. He chuckles. You don't seriously think I did this, do you? Double agents are such bastards, isolated loners. No attachment to friends or families. Arrogant. Know anybody like that? They're taking up all his stuff. I know you don't like me, and that does not make me a Soviet spy. Nothing out of the ordinary, sir? Really? All right. The Home Office may be protecting you now, but sooner or later, you will make a mistake. And I needn't bother firing you. You will be hanged for treason. They will hang you for treason. Now he's working on his machine again. Oh, somebody comes to the door. Oh, it's Joan. Hello. I heard about what happened. It's all the girls in the Hut 3 can talk about. I have an idea of what might cheer you up. Dear Joan, so better no letter. Can you encode it yourself? Settings that can be rejected in the outset? Oh, now his co-worker's coming. Is that your team? Yes. Shall we say hello? No. Hello? I told you not to do that. Alan. Hugh. Hello. Did you know you drank? I didn't know you drank. Sort of sips at it. Miss Clark? Miss Clark. Foam is my favorite part. Is it really? Come join us for a drink. We'll be there in a moment. Miss Clark. He likes you. Yes. You got him to like you. Yes. Why? Because I'm a woman in a man's job, and I don't have the luxury of being an ass. Alan, it doesn't matter how smart you are. Enigma is always smarter. If you really want to solve your problem, you're going to need all the help you can get, and they are not going to help you if they do not like you. Oh, now they're all working, and he comes in. Alan comes in and gives the guy an apple. Gives each guy an apple. What are those? Apples. No, they really are. Miss Clark, Joan, actually said that it would be nice if I was to bring you all something. So here you are. Thank you. I like apples, one of them says. My best to Miss Clark. There are two people in the woods, and they run into a bear. The first one gets down on his knees and prays. The second person starts lacing up his shoes. The first person asks the second person, "My dear, what are you doing? You can't outrun a bear." And the second person responds, "I don't have to. I only have to outrun you." I said it too quickly. You probably didn't get it. It's a little joke. I'll be with Christopher if anyone needs me. If you assume the square root of 2 is a rational number, then you can say they're back at private school as kids. Is A over B, where A and B are whole numbers and B is not 0. Mr. Turing, passing notes, are we? No, sir. The professor takes the note. Only Turing would pass notes written in gibberish. And everybody laughs. Throws it out. All right, gentlemen. Don't forget your algebra over the break. Have a pleasant holiday, and we'll resume your irrationals when you return. He pulls out the letter. Turing. He's decoding the letter. Indistinctive chatter. He goes, "See you in 2 long weeks." That's what something, good friend or something. I missed it, the whole thing said. Oh, now Turing and it's back 1941, Bletchley Park. Miss Joan and Turing are working on stuff on the grounds, on the grass, like a little picnic. And they're working on mathematical equations. And now here comes Hugh. Look at this. And he takes the people. If you run the wires across the plug board matrix diagonally, it eliminates rotor positions 500 times faster. That's actually not an entirely terrible idea. I think that was Alan for thank you. He takes his sandwich. That's my sandwich. You don't like sandwiches. Okay, now they're working on it. All of them are. There's wires and cables and diodes and turning things. You nervous? Oh, I guess it's built now. He turns a knob, turns another knob, turns another knob, and everything starts rotating. These rotating wheels start rotating at different speeds and different timings. There's like 50 to 100 of these rotating things. What happens now? It should work out the day's Enigma settings. And they're just looking at it, and it's just rotating around. Everything's rotating. How long? He just looks at him. He doesn't know. Oh, they have letters on them. Oh, tanks. There's a tank. Tank's coming along. Sieg Heil. Sieg Heil. Hail. The German army has fanned out across Europe. From Poland to Serbia, Norway to France. The Nazi flag now flies in more than 24 national countries. Their campaign mounts. Free Europe crumbles. There's like the thing's still rotating and rotating. It's like a flashback. Flash away and flash back. Now, the machine's just turning and turning. It's not working. He's thinking. He's putting his head down because he's kind of nervous. Turing. Oh, it's still going. Good morning, sir. Good morning, Margaret. Gears are just spinning on and on. Rotors on and on. It's endless. This guy's reporting to the commander. It's turning. Now it's still turning. Turing is getting sore muscles. Uh-oh. Here comes the commander with a bunch of guys. Oh no. He sees him. Turing. Oh no. So he gets into the building, shuts the door, and he grabs something to lock the door. He puts a screwdriver, and the door's locked. He can't get Turing. Open the bloody door. Oh no. No. Open the door or we'll break it down. I can't let you in. I cannot let you interfere. Go on, man. And he starts kicking. He tries to hold. Oh, he breaks the door. They're coming in. Turn that thing off. No, no, don't. Please, please. Please, please. Oh, he takes the unplugs and unplugs it. It starts whirling. Well then, it seems that your great big expensive machine doesn't work. It does. Wonderful. So you've broken Enigma then. It was just still working. This is my associate from the home office. He sees 100,000 pounds is rather a lot of money, and he's here to see what we have to show for it. You will never understand the importance of what I am creating here. Have you decrypted any German messages? A single one? Can you point to anything that you have achieved? Your funding is up, and our patience is expired. It's with such great pleasure that I am finally able to say this. Alan Turing, you're fired. Please escort Mr. Turing from the premises. No, Alexander says, no. I beg your pardon? His co-workers are coming in. If you fire Alan, then you'll have to fire me too. What on earth are you saying? Trust me when I tell you there is no one who would rather say this less than I do. He's right. Alan is right. His machine can work, and it's probably the best chance we've got. God, it's beyond belief. If you fire them, you'll have to fire me too. And me. We're the best cryptologist minds in Britain. If you're going to fire us all, Commander, at least give us more time, some more time. 6 months, and if the machine doesn't produce any results, then we'll go back to doing things the old way. How's about that? 6 months. 1 month, he says. And then, so help me God, you're all gone. Oh, leave him. 1 month. Thank you. You're welcome. Oh, and Alan, your machine. It better bloody work. They laugh a little bit. Now they're listening to music. They're talking. I'm not a spy. Oh, for God's sake, of course you're not a bloody spy. What? Dennison gave me a Bill cipher, and guess what? I cracked it. And asked me, well, I should give in, seek, and you shall be fine. Matthew 7:7. That was the key. Far too simple for the likes of you. Petty, Dennison disagrees. They're all going to the table. Now they're working. Oh no, this is the back at the detective's office. Sir, I think I've got Turing. I tailed him to a pub last night where he met up with a bloke. He's changed in an envelope. He picked him up, gave him a good shake. He's a poofter. He confessed. What? The man admitted it. Arnold Murray hangs around the pubs. Men pay him. Turing was one of the men that paid him. Mr. Burnbrae has a robbing him after with a friend. That's what Turing hiding. He's a poof, not a spy. No, what's the matter? he can charge you for indecency. This is bloody rubbish. Turing is up to something more important. He's broken the law with a bloke. Jesus Christ. It's bloody disgusting. The investigating I was conducting. Bring him in. Wait. Let me interrogate him. Please, give me half an hour. Then I'll swear I'll spend the next month running errands on as many rubbish cases you like. Fine. Now, will someone get an arrest warrant for Alan Turing? That was the detective. Now we're back at the wartime. And the girl, Joan, goes to somebody's apartment. Alan, we should talk. Even with the dialogue board, it's still not eliminating. We need to run in order. I'm leaving. You just walked in. No. I'm leaving Bletchley. What? This is Joan saying, it's my parents. I'm 25, I'm unmarried, living, they want me home. That's ridiculous. That's my parents. You can't leave. I won't let you. I'll miss you. That's what a normal person might say in this situation. I don't care what is normal. What am I supposed to do, Alan? I will not give up my parents. You have a opportunity here to make some actual use of your life. And act like you. No thanks. I'm sorry you're lonely. But Enigma will not save you. Can you decipher that, you fragrance? You have to... She's mean down. I'm sorry. And he's like... I want you to stay because I like you. I like talking to you. I like talking to you too, Alan. What if you weren't alone? What if you had a husband? Do you have one in mind? I do. Hugh. Hugh's terribly attractive, I give you that. But I don't really think he's the marrying kind. No, I wasn't thinking of Hugh. Or Peter. Peter is so quiet. He's looking. Oh my God. But this makes sense. Did you just propose to me? Well, it's the logical thing to do. This is ridiculous. This is my parent. For your parents. I can't believe this is happening. He takes a wire. Joan? Joan. Is your middle name Caroline or Elizabeth? Joan Elizabeth Clark. Will you marry me? Oh, they're having a party. Congratulations. They got married. It's beautiful. It's a little... I know it isn't ordinary. Whoever loved ordinary. She had it in both hands. And she looked at me and the doe eyes and I said, am I supposed to put them in my mouth? You know, I don't know what he's talking about. She pops it in, clamps her lips around it, and starts humming the Bloody Marseille. They're joking around. Come for a dance. No. Right now. My turn. Hugh is going to dance with the fiancée. And then the two are dancing. And Peter, I guess his name is sitting with you. And Turing is looking at Joan. And he starts talking to the other guy. What's the matter? The other guy says, Peter, I guess it is. Turing says, what if I don't fancy being with Joan in that way? Because you're a homosexual? I suspected. What should I tell her? And then I've had affairs with men. You know, in my admittedly limited experience, well, women tend to be a bit touchy about accidentally marrying homosexuals. Perhaps not spreading this information might be in your best interest. I truly do. I I just don't know if I can pretend. You can't tell anyone, Alan. It's illegal. And Dennison is looking for any excuse he can to put you away. I know. This has to stay a secret. Come on, Joan. It's your turn. Come on, Joan says. Now Turing is dancing with Joan. Oh, back to school. I love you. He's making a code PZQAET something something. Instinctive chatter outside. He's in his dorm room. He's looking. All the people are coming back from the weekend or whatever, their holidays, and he has a letter. He's in school. He's a kid right now, Turing, and all the kids have their trunks and their luggage, and they're walking by him, and he's waiting for Christopher to show up. He's waiting, and all the kids pass him, and Christopher did not come back to school. And now he's sad. Now it's back at the detective's office. It's supposed to be present day, I assume. He's in the interrogation office. The scene from the beginning. Cup of tea? The scene from the beginning. No, thank you. And then this detective wants to interrogate him for a half an hour. Mr. Turing, can I tell you a secret? I'm quite good with those. I'm here to help you. Oh, clearly. Can machines think? So you read some of my published works. What makes you say that? Because I'm sitting in a police station, accused of entreating a young man to touch my penis, and you ask me about machines can think. Well, can they? Could machines ever think as human beings do? Most people say no, not. You're not most people. Well, the problem is you're asking a stupid question. I am? Of course machines can't think as people do. A machine is different from a person. Hence, they think differently. The interesting question is, just because something thinks differently from you, does it mean it's not thinking? Ah. Well, we allow for humans to have such divergences from one another. You like strawberries, I hate ice skating. You cry at sad films. I am allergic to pollen. What is the point of different tastes, different preferences, if not to say that our brains work differently? Then we think differently. And if we can say that about one another, why can't we say the same thing for brains? Built of copper and wire and steel. And that's this big paper you wrote. What's it called? The Imitation Game. Right, that's what it's about. Long sigh. Would you like to play? Play? It's a game, Turing's asked. A test of sorts for determining whether something is a machine or a human being. How do I play? Well, there's a judge and a subject, and the judge asks questions, and then depending on the subject's answers, determines who is he talking, what he's talking with. All you have to do is ask me a question. What did you do during the war? I worked in a radio factory. What did you really do during the war? He nods his head a bit. Are you paying attention? Whirling, rhythmic clanking. The machine, they're back at the Enigma game machine. It's turning, the machine is rotating machines, the letters and stuff. Bell rings, it's 12 midnight. It's 12 midnight, the day's over. Damn it, he says. Hugh says. Turing turns the machine off. Soon out of time, a month. Yep. So that's it then, is it? Trouble is, it doesn't matter how much we improve. The machine never going to be 159 million in just, it's bloody hopeless. It's searching. It's just, it doesn't know what it's searching for. They're all heading out. The message, if we know what the message we're saying, we wouldn't have to decrypt them at all. They're at the club again. They're sitting around. Oh. Who's Alan with? Hugh. So he's my type. I'll introduce you. No. He'll come over. He's talking. Joan is talking to a friend. I smiled at him 15 minutes ago and I haven't looked back since. And then Hugh's looking at the girl too. Who's that with Joan? It's Helen. Works with her. She's really pretty. She wants me to come over. What? How on earth can you know that? She smiled at me a while back and hasn't looked back again since. Turing looks like, what? I got him. Why is this? When I'm single, I find it very boring, but now that I'm engaged, I just find it dreadfully fun. Bingo, she's in. Alan, introduce us. Why me? Because you're nothing like a friend. Make a woman want to do something they'll regret later. With the fiance, better looking friend. They go over there. Hugh and Turing go over to the girl. Half a crown, says Alan. Bollocks is up. No bet. Bollocks is up. Alan Turing has a theory. He has many. He believes that the regulations against men and women working side by side are sound because such proximity will unnecessary. What? No, I don't. And then he kicks him. I disagree. You do, eh? I think working beside a woman all day long, I could appreciate her abilities and intellect without taking her to bed. I'm sorry, have we met? I don't recall, but I assume we haven't. Helen Stewart, Hugh Alexander. I'm very flattered. I don't know. Rubbish. Well, I work beside a man every day, and I can't help but he developed a bit of a crush on him. Who is this man? I'll kick his arse. There's no need to worry. I've never even met. He's a German. No, I really want to kill him. How do you mean? You work alongside a German? Well, each of us has interpreted messages from a specific German tower, and the counterpart on the other side is tip-tapping out the messages. Every type's a little different, so I know the rhythm of our counterpart. It's strangely intimate. I feel as if I know him. He's petty. I disagree with you, Mr. Allen, because I'm in love with my coworker of sorts. I've never even met him. Allow me to buy you a drink, and why you are wrong. Wait, excellent. And Turing is thinking it through. Pints, yeah, soul gin, slow gin. Turing is thinking. He's thinking. In case you're wondering, that's what flirting looks like. Helen, really no cigarettes. Yes, Alan? Why do you think your German counterpart has a girlfriend? It's just a stupid joke. Don't worry. No, tell me. Well, each of his messages brings the same 5 letters. C-I-L-L-Y. So I expect that silly is the same name. The German is instructing the 5 random letters at the start of every message. Well, this bloke doesn't. Love men do strange things. Love is just lost the German the whole bloody war. Oh, he's running it. He's running. Go, Peter. Go. They all start running. Alan. He's figured it out. Whoa. The security guards. We gotta go. They're stopping them. No. John Connorcross. Peter Bloody Hilton. Alan, what? He's looking for a message. What if Christopher doesn't have to search through all the settings? What if he only has to search through the ones that produce words that I've already know would be in the message? Repeated words, predictable words. I don't understand it. Look, like this one. 1600, weather is clear, rain in the evening, Heil Hitler. That's it. Exactly. They send a weather report every day at 6 a.m. So that's 3 words we know will be in every 6 a.m. message, weather, obviously, and Hail Bloody Hitler. Hail Bloody Hitler. Here's the 6 a.m. message from this morning. They all start running. They got the message. Turning. Hugh. The right-handed wheel. I know. Weather and Hitler. Peter, John, run vultures through those letters and through the back scrambler. So, yes, Joan, this is the last message at 6 a.m. L. He moves a thing. H. W. W. A. Q. Q. Done. Now they turn the machine on. Everything starts whirling. It's whirling. The machine's working. Come on, Christopher. Oh. They're looking. Boom! It stops. It stops. The machine stops. Oh my God, Hugh says. Now, Turing is writing down letters or something. What happened? Now he's running. Did it work? Alan, did it work? Alan. Now he goes to the machine that they confiscated. The latest intercept he needs. He's setting the machine up. Thank you. He's setting the machine. E. O. T. Okay, ready. Yes. M. Y. M. S. A. I. C. T. R. I. S. O. A. Y. R. I. KMS Jaguar is directed at 53 degrees, 24 minutes north, and Achpunkt 1 degree west. Achpunkt. Heil Hitler. Turns out that the only German you need to know is to break Enigma. Ha 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 ha. Yes! The guy, Hugh says. They start hugging each other. They're all happy as can be. They're hugging each other. Hugs all around. Hugh looks at Alan. They just smirk at each other. They don't shake hands. They don't hug. They just look at each other. Junk, birds chirping, blah blah blah. They're working on the machine. They're working on the machine. They have a a huge board where they're putting ships, and I know I've seen the movie. They're putting little buttons where ships are, and their ships, the German ships. My God, you did it! You just defeated Nazism with a crossword puzzle. There are 5 people in the world in position of every ship in the Atlantic, and we're all in this room. I don't think even he has the power that we. There's going to be an attack on a British passenger convoy right there. You're right. All those U-boats are 20, 30 minutes away. Hundreds of them. We can save their lives. I'll phone Dennison office. There's enough time to save them. We gotta get a message back. Please, it's urgent. No. He hangs up the phone. What the hell are you doing? You can't call Dennison. You can't tell him about the attack. What are you talking about? We can the air support over the convoy. Let the U-boats sink the convoy. Maybe you're suffering something. No, you don't have time. No, and he smashes the phone, and Hugh punches him in the face. That's enough. Stop, Hugh. There's an attack in minutes. Yes, no, I'm fine. Hugh's on the floor with a bloody nose. I'm fine. You know why people like violence, Hugh? Because it feels good. Sometimes you can't do what feels good. You have to do what is logical. What is logical? Hardest time to lie is when you're expecting to be lied to. Oh God, what? Someone's waiting for a lie. You can't just give them a lie. Jones, damn it, Alan's right. What? What would the Germans think if we destroy their U-boats? Nothing, they'll be dead. No, you can't be right. So our convoys suddenly veer off course. The squadron of our air bombers miraculously descend on the coordinated U-boats. What will the Germans think? The Germans will know that we have broken Enigma. They'll stop all radio communications by midday. They will change the design of the Enigma by the weekend. Yes. 2 years' work. Everything that we've done here will be all for nothing. There are 500 civilians on that convoy. Women, children. We're about to let them die. Our job is not to save one passenger convoy. It is to win the war. Our job was to crack Enigma. We've done that. Now, for the hard part. Keeping it a secret. Carlisle. What? The convoy about to, the HMS Carlisle is one of the ships. We can't attack on every piece of intelligence, so fine. We won't. Just this one. Peter, what's the matter with you? My brother's, he's on the Carlisle. A gunnery ensign. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Young kid, who the hell do you think you are? This is my brother. He's my big brother. We have a few minutes to call off his murder. We can't. Oh, they're trying to hold him back. He's right. Alan. Joan. Hugh. John. Please. The Germans, they won't be suspicious because we stopped one attack. No one will know. I'm asking you, as your friend, please. I'm sorry. You're not God, Alan. You don't get to decide who lives or who dies. Yes, we do. Why? Because no one else can. And then they show some war scenes. They show the convoy destruction, the German destruction on the convoy. Now they're on a train. Turing and Joan. They're going somewhere. They're in the big city, I guess. There's a bunch of army guys dressed up. Now they're talking to the MI6 guy. Why are you telling me this? We need your help to keep this a secret from Admiralty Army RAF. No one can know we broke Enigma. Not even Deniston, who is in the process of having you fired. You can take care of that. While we develop a system to help you determine how much intelligence to act on, which attacks to stop, which one to let through, statistical analysis, the minimum number of actions that would take us to win the war, but the maximum number we can take before the Germans get suspicious. Are you going to trust all this to statistics? To math? Correct. And then MI6 will tell everyone else. You'll need a believable alternative source for all the pieces of information you use. A false story, so you can explain how you got the information. But it has nothing to do with the Enigma. You can leak those stories to the Germans, then to our own military. Maintain a conspiracy of lies at the highest levels of government. Ooh. Sounds right up my alley. MI6. Alan, I so rarely have the cause to say this, but you are exactly the man I always hoped you would be. Cool. Oh, they're showing some army men. A guy lost his leg, and the guy is crippled, and then one guy has a bad arm. They codenamed it Ultra. It became the largest store of military intelligence in the history of the world. They're looking at the machine. It's going off. Oh, it stopped. The machine stopped. It's like having a tap on Himmler's intercom. Himmler's. Secrecy became a primary concern. For some reason, they trusted me. Peter, do you have the 630? Oh. Peter bumps into Hugh because he's mad about his brother, and he's picking up the papers, and he looks, and the brother leaves the room. Peter leaves the room, and he's picking up, and then he looks up at the desk. He looks at his desk, and he sees something under the desk, or on the desk. He sees a Holy Bible. And he takes the Holy Bible, and he takes it and he opens it up, and the thing is, it's Bale's cipher, encrypted with a phrase, asking will be given to you, seek and you will find, Matthew 7:7. That was the key. Oh, Steve or whatever, he just figured it out. He sees, I don't know what this guy's name is. He sees his Bible and he looks at him. Can you leave Alan and me for a moment, please? So they're left in the room. This guy, I can't remember his name. He leaves the room. It's just the guy and Turing. De Silva and us, we're on the same side. What I'm doing will help Britain. I have to tell Deniston. No, you don't. Because if you tell him my secret, he's a Soviet spy. I'll tell him yours. Do you know what they do with homosexuals? You'll never be able to work again. You'll never be able to teach. Your precious machine. I doubt you'll ever see him again. Puts the Bible away. Then he taps him on the shoulder and leaves the room. Can I speak to Stuart and Minez? One moment. He's on the phone. Turing. Hello, Menzies. Then he shuts the door. Some advice about keeping secret. It's a lot easier if you don't know them in the first place. They're stealing my letters, stopping my phones, trailing my nervous walks. You know, I never did find out. Joan? Yeah, they're at Joan's place now. Joan? He's looking for Joan. What? The guy, the MI6 guy. Where's Joan? Military prison. What have you done? Decoded Enigma intercepts? I found the pile of them by the bedside. No, I gave those to her over a year ago when I was trying to figure out a link between... I'm sure you did. Dennison's been looking for a Soviet spy. He's been looking at Hut 8. I know who the spy is. It's not Joan. It's Karen Cross. I found a Beale cipher, the Bible. I wish you had been the spy. You'd be so much better than he is. You knew it was him? Of course I bloody knew. I knew before he came to Bletchley. Why do you think I placed him there in the first place? Yeah, Polish... You placed a Soviet agent in Bletchley Park? It was quite useful to be able to leak whatever you want to Stalin. Churchill's too damn paranoid. He wouldn't share a shred of intelligence with the Soviets. Not even information that will help them against the Germans. There's so much secrecy. Kangris is no idea we know, of course. He's not the brightest bulb. They switch up the thing. What? We want to know what we leaked to Joan. You feed it to the Soviets. Well, as the British, I'm not a spy. I'm just a mathematician. I know a lot of spies, Alan. You've got more secrets than the best of them. Well, you have to promise me that you will release Joan. Yes, Joan's at the market. She's going to be back in an hour. I lied. I better hold on to these. If anybody finds out about them, prison will be the least of her worries. Oh, Alan. You're going to have so much of a wonderful war together. Oh. Turing does not like him anymore. I need you to leave Bletchley. Menzies, I don't trust him. It's not safe here. It's any safer anywhere else? You need to get away. What's happened, Alan? We can't get engaged anymore. Your parents need to take you back. Find you a husband elsewhere. What's wrong with you? I have something to tell you. I'm a homosexual. All right. No, men. Joan, no. Not women. So what? Well, I just told you. So what? Well, I had my suspicions. I always did. But you're not like other people. We are not like other people. We love each other in our own way. We can have a life together that we want. You won't be the perfect husband. Well, I can promise you, I have no intention of being a perfect wife. Fixing you lamb all day while you come home from the office. I'll work. You'll work. And we'll have each other's company. We'll have each other's minds. That sounds like a better marriage than most. Because I care for you. And you care for me. and we understand one another than anyone else ever has. I don't. What? Care for you. I never did. I just needed you to break Enigma. No, I've done that now, so you can go. She looks at him, slaps him in the face. I'm not going anywhere. I've spent entirely too much of my life worrying about what you think of me, or what my parents think of me, or the boys in Hut 8, or the girls in Hut 3. You don't know. This is the most important work I've ever done. I will ever do, and no one was going to stop me. Least of all you. She goes. She's gonna. You know what? They were right. Peter, Hugh, John. You really are a monster. Now he's just sitting in the... Oh, he's back in the station. The war dragged on for 2 more years. Solitary years. And every day we performed our blood-soaked calculus. Every day we decided who lived and who died. Every day we helped the Allies to victories and nobody knew. Stalingrad, the Ardennes, the invasion of Normandy, all victories that would not have been possible without the intelligence that we supplied. And people talk of the war as the epic battle between civilizations. Freedom versus tyranny. Democracy versus Nazism. Armies of millions bleeding into the ground. Fleets of ships weighing down the ocean. Planes dropping bombs from the sky until they obliterate the sun. The war wasn't like that for us. For us, it was just half a dozen crossword enthusiasts in a tiny village south of England. This is your victory. Your victory. Oh, this is like a voiceover of Churchill. Cause of freedom in every land. Oh, this is the end of the war. They're all celebrating black and white photos. President Truman. This is a solemn but glorious hour. I wish that Franklin D. Roosevelt had lived to see this day. Was I God? No. Because God didn't win the war. We did. The war is over. They're all celebrating. They're kissing, and they have the English flag. England flag. They're all happy. They're all... So, what happens now? Is it back to university for us, I suppose? Yes, pretty much. But you one thing left to do before your service is over is concluded. What's that? Burn everything. Burn what? We were told when you started it was a top secret program. Did you think we were joking? But the war is over. This war is. But there'll be others. And we know how to break the code. That's everybody else's beliefs is unbreakable. Precisely. Tear it down. Light it up. Sweep away the ashes. Nobody has ever met before. None of you have ever even heard the word Enigma. Have a safe trip home. Behave. With a bit of luck, you'll never have to see me or one another again for the rest of our lives, of your lives. They all walk out of the room. That's unbelievable. They're back in the station, the police station. Now, detective, you get to judge. So tell me, what am I? Am I A machine? Am I a person? Am I a war hero? Am I a criminal? I can't judge you. Well then, you're no help to me at all. Oh, headmaster, come in. Oh, they're back at the private school. You wanted to see me, sir? Turing, sit down. He sits down. They're in the office, an old style office. It's the old times, right? Something the matter? You and Christopher Morecambe were quite close. I wouldn't say that. Well, your mathematics teacher said you were two positively inseparable. We're best students in the class. He caught you passing notes the other day. Cryptography to pass the time. The class is too simple. You and your friends solve math problems during math class because the math class is too dull. He's not my friend. I'm told he's your only friend. Who said that? Something come up concerning Morecambe. Why am I here? Christopher is dead. Ah, shoot. I don't understand. His mother sent word this morning. The family were on holidays, you see. I don't understand. He had bovine tuberculosis. I'm sure he told you, so it wouldn't come as a shock, but still at the same, I'm worried. I'm sorry. You're mistaken. Did he not tell you? He's been sick for a long time. He knew this was coming soon. But he had a stiff upper lip about it. Good lad. Are you alright, Turing? Yes, of course. Like I said, I didn't know him very well. Oh, I see. Very well. May I leave, headmaster? Now he's sitting, now it's current time. He's sitting in front of his computer that he designed in his bedroom. Or not bedroom, in his house that he lives in. Congratulations, sir. Oh, Turing. Cambridge professor sentenced for indecency. Door rings. Doorbell rings. Turing is opening it. Oh, it's Joan. He's cleaning up his... Sorry, he's like, it's a mess. His place is a mess. I would have come. I would have testified. And what would you have said? That I wasn't a homosexual? Now, this is serious. They could send you to jail. Oh, he fell over. Your hands, they're twitching. No, I'm not. Alan. It's the medication. The medication? What are you talking about? Well, the judge gave me a choice. Either 2 years in prison or hormonal therapy. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yes, that's right. Chemical castration to cure me of my homosexual predilections. Well, of course I choose that. I mean, I couldn't work in prison and all right. Now I'm going to speak to your doctors. I'm going to speak to your lawyers. I'm fine. Please let me help you. No, I don't need your help. Thank you. Alan, you do not have to do this alone. I'm not alone. Never have been. Christopher's become so smart. if I don't continue my treatment, then they'll take him away from me. His computer in his room sort of looks like a smaller version of the Enigma. Or not Enigma. You can't tell me to do that. You can't. You can't tell me, let them leave me alone. I don't want to be alone. I don't want to be alone. All right. His computer looks like a mini version of the one that they were working on. Okay, let's sit down. He's crying. It's all right. Come sit down. It's all right. It's all right. He looks at Joan's thing. Well, that's much nicer ring than the one I made you. Yes. His name is Jock. He's an army man, if you can believe it. We work together. Why don't we do a crossword puzzle? It'll only take us 5 minutes. In your case, 6. He's looking at the crossword. His hand can't control his hand. They're looking at each other. Puts down the pen. Perhaps later. Yes, of course. You got what you wanted, didn't you? Work, a husband, normal life. No one normal could have done that. Do you know, this morning I was on a train that went through a city that wouldn't exist if it wasn't for you? I bought a ticket from a man that would have likely be dead if it wasn't for you. I read up on my work, the whole field of scientific inquiry that only exists because of you. Now, if you wish you could be normal, have been normal, I can promise you, I do not. The world is an infinite better place, precisely because you weren't. Do you really think that? I think that sometimes it is the people who no one imagines anything of, who do the things that no one can imagine. Now he's sitting and reading. Gets up from his chair. He looks at Christopher, the computer. And he reaches for the switch, turns the light off in the computer room. Walks away. Oh, now they're showing them at the Bletchling, and they're burning all the papers. They're throwing them in the air, and there's a big bonfire. After a year of government-mandated hormonal therapy, Alan Turing committed suicide on June 7th, 1954. Oh, mannequins. Man, he was 41 years old. Between 1885 and 1967, approximately 49,000 homosexual men were convicted of gross indecency under the British law. In 2013, Queen Elizabeth II granted Turing a posthumous royal pardon, honoring his unprecedented achievements. Historians estimated that breaking Enigma shortened the war by more than 2 years, saving more than over 14 million lives. It remains a government-held secret for more than 50 years. These are Turing work inspired generations of research into what scientists call Turing machines. Today we call them computers. They burned all the papers. Oh, fade to black. Not fade to black, just went to black. Okay, that's the movie. It's one of my favorite movies. Based on the book, Alan Turing, The Enigma. Now this is... Oh, the cast. Benedict Cumberbatch. Keira Knightley. And all the rest, I don't know them too well. One guy was on that show. British show. Can't think of it, what it's called. Okay. I've seen this movie like, I don't know, 5 or 6 times. It's one of my favorite movies. Okay, well, that's it. I guess I'll sign off. Remember, live your life and see what happens. Okay, later.